And welcome everybody to another smAshlight segment. I'm your host Dan, aka smAsho. We're going to be talking about all kinds of incoherent stuff today. Let's get right into it. And by the way, today's daily smAshlights is going to be separate. It's going to be a YouTube exclusive. So if you're over on BitChute, tell your friends and foes to view us on YouTube. Let's talk about Chinese underwater submarine bases. This area right here is a 16-meter wide entrance for submarines to enter an undersea tunnel. Now this base gives China access to the South China Sea, and I'm not freaking out about it, but here's an image of a submarine entering the tunnel. And by the way, a bunch of Chinese nuclear attack subs are missing. Whether they're patrolling the South China Sea as a result of increased military operations in the region, or if they're out doing something else, who really knows? As it's very difficult to figure out where submarines are with existing technology. And of course, it could have to do with the issues with Taiwan also. This from an article on Zero Hedge. Satellite image showing Chinese submarines entering top secret cave. The next story is about smAshomash.com/forum. Now smAshomash.com/forum has all kinds of different features on it. There are several different forums there about things like cosmology, geophysics, general science, etc. One of the features on smAshomash.com/forum is the Date Stamp Prediction Center. Let me read the latest update. This one is from me. Forecast. Since incumbent presidents during crises are re-elected a vast majority of the time, and since the Democrat Party is so entirely divided against itself, I forecast a Trump landslide victory. While all sorts of nonsense might delay the election results, not the least of which is the issue of mail-in ballots, I think even the popular vote in cities will be surprisingly anti-Democrat. It's become ultra-obvious in the past year, 2020, the year of clarity, that the government is responsible for a large percentage of the world's problems. Government is utterly ineffective, wasteful, overpaid, and overreaching. When I forecasted last year that 2020 would be a year of clarity, I didn't mean this clear. There's a little difference between D in parentheses and R in parentheses candidates, as neither are even approaching fiscally responsible. The government keeps growing larger and larger. Some of us are lobbying for smaller government, less spending, sound money, term limits, and accountability for the government. After all, the government endeavors to hold you increasingly responsible for everything you do. Now is the time, right now, it is the time to ensure government is responsible for the shocking waste, fraud, and abuse it constantly attempts to force feed us. So that's my forecast. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But the Democrat Party is utterly divided against itself. So here's an article on Newsweek about progressives marching on the DNC in Milwaukee before a final night of convention. So, yes, it's true, folks. One black female protester on a megaphone said to police, We're not scared of no horses. We're not scared no more. We now know that we have power. Get out of here." And so, yeah. So, now whether or not Milwaukee has burned, as promised by the Bernie Bros, I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything about Milwaukee burning. That's what I was searching for, as I was expecting it to take some damage. So anyway, as people were protesting against the DNC itself, they had a drummer, and people were carrying signs which said things such as defund the police, Black Lives Matter, and a $15 minimum wage. So what do you think? If you've got a prediction, leave us a comment at smAshomash.com/forum in the free-for-all forum in the prediction center. If you've got a prediction, it'll be date stamped as you post it. And great idea with the original topic thread Atmanhotep. Cheers. Now, one of the other things that we've got is an article about politics. If you'd like to weigh in on the Biden/Harris 2020 presidential ticket, leave a comment in this section. I've left some comments, like about how Obama has no coattails, and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden are drowning right now underneath this surf ski. And you can also find my original meme, the Biden-Harris 2020 Covidiocy ticket, as they intend to be an ally of the light as they go around dressed up like this. Oh, geez, it didn't work. What happened? I meant like this. Yeah. Do these people look like Covidiots to you? What's wrong with this picture? Oh, right. Joe Biden intends to be an ally of the light. Look at him talk. It looks like you could almost read off a teleprompter. I'm not exactly sure.
In over 100 years.
Let's play a quote.
The worst economic crisis since the Great Depression.
By the way, just to reiterate, presidents who are incumbent presidents during times of crises almost always get reelected. Good luck with that, Joe. No malarkey here. By the way, if you'd like to help make America not suck again, perhaps do so by telling your friends that it's up to them to make America not suck again, or, for our international viewers, perhaps make Earth not suck again. What do you think? It's up to you to make wherever you are not suck. By the way, we'll be modeling more shirts soon. Thanks to our subscribe stars as well as to our patrons, the true source of funding for the content.
So tonight we have...
And let's talk about Ocasio-Cortez. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Sounding a little bit incoherent. Apparently she thinks wind power is effective and made some kind of statements about windmill cancer. I don't know, talking about Trump because wind turbines are pollution, essentially. And, yeah. While I am all for alternative sources of energy, the human race does not currently have the capacity to switch to, quote, green, end quote, energy, which, by the way, if you call it green, you're leaving out the entire production process. Let's move on to Julia Louis-Dreyfus, also sounding highly incoherent. The Emmy Award-winning star of Veep opened a spirited debate on social media Thursday. And what did she say? She joked that Joe Biden, quote, goes to church so regularly that he doesn't even need tear gas and a bunch of federalized troops to get him there. Apparently a reference to Trump's photo op at a church near the White House during, quote, peaceful protesters who were doing things like throwing Molotov cocktails. Introducing the evening, Louis-Dreyfus said she can't wait to see Democratic vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris debate current Vice President Mike Pence, and then try to make some kind of joke about mispronouncing his name, which involved Andrew Yang, who said, I think it's pronounced Ponce or some kind of weird foreign name, which makes no sense. And, yeah, here's a clip of Julia Louis-Dreyfus sounding absolutely crazy.
So what did you think about Kamala Harris's speech? And we hit it off immediately.
Anyway, the back and forth was an apparent jab at those who mispronounce Harris's first name, Kamala, not to be pronounced Kamala. The Peanut Gallery. Anyone complaining about Julia Louis-Dreyfus's jokes is wrong, tweeted journalist Ben Adler. Mockery and humor are great weapons in politics, especially against Trump. Well done, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. You sounded like a nut. Speaking of nuts, as we move down the continuum of complete incoherence, how about some quotes from Gretchen Whitmer. Something about Shark Week MFer, and I still don't understand what the hell this is supposed to mean. Check it out. Here's a clip.
It's not just Shark Week. It's Shark Week.
Now, if you think this looks like an SNL parody, I 100% agree with you. It looks exactly like an SNL parody. And I have no idea what she's talking about. Please leave us a comment if you understand what this is supposed to mean. She told, at the time, Whitmer had a debate coach. Oh my God, now it's gone full screen when I don't want it to be full screen. Thanks! Jesus. Talk about some junkware. All right. Wonderful. It's not just Shark Week, it's Shark Week MFer. Mouthing the last word as she's learned about the hot mic. Wow, this woman looks like she's on some serious drugs.
It's not just Shark Week. I have learned about the hot mic.
Wow, if that's not parodied on SNL, that looks more like an SNL sketch than most SNL sketches. And we've moved on to the scary, spooky section about COVID-19, where I take this out of the Daily Space Weather videos entirely, and I talk about it by itself. The first bit of coverage is about a rapid saliva test which enables fast and frequent testing on a large scale. Now, this article from SciTech Daily is talking about this rapid saliva test, and we've covered this for a while here. It's really exciting. Oh my God, you can walk around with something hanging out of your mouth, a rapid survival test. You know, you just walk around with a sensor hanging out of your mouth all the time, and it can just broadcast whether or not you have the COVID on a second-by-second basis. Sounds totally stupid and a complete waste of resources, but hey, whatever. Oh, wow. It's one of the many breakthroughs that the U of I system's world-class researchers have contributed to the battle against COVID-19, a battle we are proud to help lead as people try to find relevance. Man, oh man, what a joke. What a joke and what a disaster. Totally unnecessary endeavors. The rapid saliva test for COVID-19. Now, if you want to read all about a legit timeline that goes all the way back to January 23rd, well, read about coronavirus at smAshlight.com/forum, another thread in the free-for-all forum. Let's go back and talk to another incoherent economic fool, Bernie Sanders. Fearmonger! Bernie Sanders says death toll from coronavirus may actually be higher than World War II. He continued, but we also have to face the truth. So join the revolution, because nothing's more revolutionary than stumping for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. And that is that the number of casualties may actually be even higher than what the armed forces experienced in World War II. In other words, we have a major crisis and must act accordingly by re-electing the incumbent president. So we've got a 31-page timeline here going all the way back to January 23rd. If you want to read all about it, check it out at smAshlight.com/forum. Please support the channel via purchasing our merch. The next one I'll be modeling will be the I Survived a Global Pandemic So Far shirt, which, by the way, is gold, baby. Gold. Let's talk about one more ridiculous thing. The governor of Maine now requiring front house restaurant staff to wear visors like dog cones. Oh yeah, I guess this one must be made by Coca-Cola. Governor Janet Mills' decree states that front of house staff in restaurants who choose to wear face shields must now wear them upside down so they are attached to the collar instead of the forehead so that their breath is directed up and not down, reports Maine Public Radio. What? So ones who choose to wear face shields must now wear them upside down. How about if I choose not to wear a face shield? Then what happens? I don't know. It's insane. Governor Janet Mills has entered the list of COVIDiots. Congratulations, COVIDiots. By the way, have you heard about the Corona Karens? Paul Joseph Watson doesn't need your help. But what an insane idea. Better wear your doggy cone. You wouldn't want to chew your stitches out or anything like that. And here ends another episode of the SmAshlights. Please visit the links below the video and support the channel. Please consider becoming a patron, the true source of funding. Thanks to our patrons. Allow me to vanish, as there's lots more stuff to do today. And we'll talk to you soon with more content.